Good morning, Percy. I'd like you to meet Sky.
But Sky is not a dog, it's the big blue thing in the air.
Well, my dog's called Sky because he's got blue eyes.
Okay, then.
Go. Percy didn't like Sky very much, but because he was being a nuisance.
Oh, shut up, you stupid dog.
Percy hatched a plan at the signal box. If he could just get rid of Sky without Mr. Narrator noticing. Percy's plan worked perfectly. Sky had run away, and Mr. Narrator didn't notice, because he had gotten hit too. "Oh, where am I? What happened?" said Mr. Narrator as he woke up. "Where's Sky?" Percy said, "Well, I don't know where your dog is. Maybe you should keep track of him yourself." Sky had run off and found himself in a factory. Mr. Narrator got in his truck, and he was looking everywhere for Sky, I said. Mr. Narrator looked all over for Sky, even sailing the ocean in his search. Percy sat in the shed and felt awfully guilty about what he had done. "Oh, I miss Mr. Narrator," he said. Mighty Mac pulled in. Mac said to him, "Hey, Percy, what's going on?"
I feel incredibly guilty because I lost Mr. Narrator's new dog, Sky.
Well, it wasn't your fault, was it, Percy?
I guess it was, since I intentionally went the way that would knock him off.
Oh, that's bad.
I know. The only place that I haven't looked is in the factory.
Well, maybe you should look there. I know Mr. Narrator's been gone a long time looking for him.
Okay then, Mighty Mac, you go get Mr. Narrator. He'll probably be at the docks. I'll be at the factory.
Okay, that sounds like a plan, said Mac. The factory Sky had found made toy trains. Sky had made friends with Timothy, a train that worked at the factory. Mighty Mac got Mr. Narrator from the dock and was taking him down to the toy factory. Percy was already down there looking for Sky. Sky didn't know anyone was looking for him, and he was just playing away underneath the conveyor belt. Sky was riding on the train that Timothy was pushing, blocking his view. Mr. Narrator and Mighty Mac, they saw him. Percy saw him too. They all yelled, "Sky! Sky! Sky!" But they couldn't hear over the noise, and as they went forward, there was a big accident. And Sky ended up way over there. Wounded. And all the trains were wrecked. Mr. Narrator had gotten thrown from the train car, but luckily one of the workers found him and called 911. Sky never had seen Mr. Narrator, and after he got thrown off in the crash, he found his way to a mad scientist lab. He found some robots and a living skeleton, but they were so nice to him that he just made himself at home. There was also a very hungry polar bear called Toto. Everyone loved playing with Sky, and the skeleton would even use his own bones for Sky to play catch. But the mad scientist had gotten a little bit sick of Sky, and decided he was going to use Sky for a test subject on his new experimental vehicle. "Wait a second, if I know where Sky is, why don't I go get him myself?" said Mr. Narrator. Mr. Narrator got there in his car, but not quick enough. The evil scientist was laughing as he powered up the machine. Mr. Narrator got in behind Sky, and now it was a high-speed action chase. But then I got the idea to put bonbons on the catapult, which lured up Toto the polar bear as he wanted to eat some. And as soon as he got on the catapult, I got shot off into the air, landing right on Sky's car. Now I just have to figure out how to stop this thing before I wreck into that thing ahead of me. "I'll save you," said the skeleton, as he pulled off his arm and went to throw it like he'd been throwing it to play catch with Sky. The bone landed and jammed up the propeller and stopped them before they crashed, just in time. Toto and the evil scientist came to the scene. Mr. Narrator took some bonbons and threw it in front of the evil narrator's trail, where Toto attacked. The skeleton got his arm back, and Percy apologized for all the trouble he had caused.
"I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. I just didn't really like him because he was always being so loud and noisy and a nuisance."
"Well, Percy, you caused me a lot of problems, and I'm not happy with you one bit."
"Please don't tell the Fat Controller."
"Not only am I going to tell the Fat Controller, I'm going to have him ship you off to Australia." Percy got scared. Am I going to have to go to Australia and work in that prison camp? Mr. Narrator laughed. "Ha ha ha! Now you can be scared and feel the fear that I felt, Percy. I hope this teaches a lesson to you." Go.
It does.
The end.